Hello, friends. Happy Monday, and welcome to the Monday Morning Pep Talk. I'm Matthew Grande, one of the co-founders of Careerage, and this week we're going to talk about loving your job search. A couple of questions I'd love for you to contemplate are, how might you love looking for a new job, project, or client? What would a fun and energizing way to look for new opportunities be for you? I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say that they hate looking for jobs. For me, part of the reason I started Careerage was because I used to hate looking for jobs too. Even when I worked for myself, I used to hate looking for new clients and projects. And what I've learned in both cases, whether you work for yourself or work for someone else, it does not support your success if you hate the process. How you show up during that process will largely influence how happy you are with the outcome. So what's going on in those moments that we hate the search? What don't we like about it? Here are a few things that I have heard and experienced along the way myself. First, you fear rejection. You can find an organization that you love and a job or project that you love, and there's a good chance you could be rejected. You could do everything right and still not get the thing you want. You feel like it's impossible. You feel that there are all of these people in the world and there's very few jobs. So you think your chances of finding a job are slim, much less finding one you'd actually enjoy. You've been burned in the past. Maybe you found your dream job or client before, only to realize like they weren't who they said they were. And you're worried it's going to happen to you again. This one is one that has hit me a couple of times. You're doing what you think you're supposed to do. If you're looking for a job, that means applying online and sending a bunch of cover letters and resumes. If you're looking for clients or projects, you're building a website, developing some marketing funnel, using social media. You're doing what you think you're supposed to be doing as opposed to what you'd love or find joy doing. And finally, you're attached to the outcome. You want nothing more than to get that job, whether it's out of desire or sometimes desperation or sometimes both. And you let your ideal outcome get in the way of you actually enjoying the process. So what can you do to start loving your search for jobs or clients? First, ask yourself, what do I hate about it? It may be for one of the reasons listed above, or you may have your own reasons. But it's important to try to understand, what do I actually hate about this? And then with an understanding of those things, ask yourself, what might this process look like if it were fun? What might the positive version of these things I hate look like? Now, I can't answer that for all of you. Only you know what might be fun and energizing for you. Here are a few steps that I found that work great for me. I always start by finding organizations and people that share my values and contribute towards missions that inspire me. I don't care if they have jobs listed or if they're looking for coaches or consultants. I make it my job to find people there at an organization that I want to develop relationships with. Some people respond, some people don't, but that never stops me from trying. And if I get the opportunity to talk to someone, when I first meet with them, my sole focus is on them. I focus on what their needs are. Every organization, every individual in that organization has needs. They have problems. They have goals. The more I can learn about their specific needs, the better I can determine if there's a way I can support them in getting those needs met, those problems solved, or those goals achieved. Next, I find the intersection of what that organization or person needs and the work that I love to do and am good at. That intersection is so important. It allows me to approach these conversations and share that I heard their very specific needs and how I think I might be able to help them based on my values, my skills, and my passion. And finally, and this is a tough one, I remain unattached from the outcome. I show up exactly the way I want to show up. I work as hard as I can or want to work to demonstrate my value. If they see the opportunity for a productive partnership with me, great. It's a win-win. But if they don't, if they have different needs, if they want to go in another direction, or they decide they don't want to work with anyone at all, that's okay with me too. I can take pride in and find peace in the process. There will always be organizations and individuals whose needs will not align with mine. And I can't make that decision, only they can. Here are a few examples of other things I've seen work for other people. I've seen people record big, audacious videos and send it to the organization they'd love to work with. I've seen people find a public problem that the company is facing and reach out to them with a proposed solution or how they might be able to help them solve it. I've seen people create or share a piece of content that they think the organization or individual would love or find helpful, and that the person who's writing it would love to write. I've seen people go out and find the ideal client or more for that organization or individual you want to work with. Actually finding clients for a company you want to work for is a pretty good way to get their attention. There are a million ways to demonstrate your value to an organization. You just need to find the one that works for you and resonates with them. Now, just start testing things out. You may not find the way that is most fun and energizing for you at first. You may need to try a few things out and reflect on your experience and how they work out. The most important thing is you approach it with a love of the process and learning what works best for you and what you want. And finally, regardless of the outcome, at the end, ask yourself, did I show up the way I wanted to show up? Did I have fun in the process? Was it energizing for me? Is there anything I can learn from this process, from my own experience or from the other person or party? Ultimately, you may not find the job or client you want in a day, in a week, or even in 3 to 6 months. But I promise you, the more you love the process, the more you will eventually love the outcome. So please let us know what process ends up working for you and what you love about your job search. Thank you as always for sharing your time with us. Remember, we love you, we believe in you, and we're here for you. Take care of yourselves, friends, and we'll see you again next week.